talking about The Daughter of the Pirate King duology. So the first book is The Daughter of the Pirate King and the second one is The Daughter of the Siren Queen. I love this duology together. I give this duology a 5 out of 5 stars. I give The Daughter of the Pirate King a 5 out of 5 stars. It's my favorite one. It kept me entertained from literally the first page. I read both of these in literally 2 days. Took me 1 day to read Daughter of the Pirate King and then I jumped straight into Daughter of the Siren Queen, and I don't do that in a lot of series. Like right now I'm reading L. Kennedy Briar U series and I really love that series, but I will read one book and then take like a week or two off and then read the next book. But this one I could not put down and I couldn't stop it until I knew what was the very end of this series. So I'm so glad I picked this up and read this. I was influenced by Book Talk and BookTube to pick this up, and I'm so glad. In here you have enemies to lovers, you have a one bed trope. There's absolutely no smut in this, but I felt like that didn't even take away from the story for me. So now I'm going to continue on. I'm going to do my makeup and do a summary of these two books together. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you don't want any spoilers, you can stop watching from this point on and just enjoy the video. Thanks so much. So all the products I'll be using, I'll list it down below if you guys are interested in knowing what I'm using, in case you want to recreate this look yourself. Okay, so in the book The Daughter of the Pirate King, we start with the pirate named Elisa, and she is hiding while her boat is being taken over by pirates from another ship called the Nightfare. Okay, so the captain and the first mate of the Nightfare ship are specifically looking for Elisa because she is the daughter of the Pirate King. Now, with her being daughter of the Pirate King, they want to trap her and keep her for ransom. And they also want to question her about where her father is and where his keep is, so they can get his treasure. So Elisa agrees to come quietly onto the Nightfare ship on two conditions. One, that her crew is to be set free unharmed, and two, that she can take her stuff with her onto their ship. At first, the first captain, who's Drakken, and his first mate, Ardell, do not want to agree to Elisa's terms. Ardell steps in and agrees to her terms. He lets her crew go unharmed and free and lets her carry aboard some of the things that she wanted to have with her. I'm going to pop off real quick and put some liner lashes on, since that also takes me a ridiculously long time to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so early on you find out that Elisa's capture wasn't a mistake. It was actually an orchestrated plan between her and her father, because her father is looking for 2 more pieces of a map he has that will lead him to this amazing treasure. So she's actually on the ship looking for the second piece of this map. But Drakken and Ardell, who are brothers, are unaware of this information. So Ardell is placed in charge of watching over Elisa. He is Drakken's younger, attractive brother. During the day, Drakken keeps an eye on Elisa and tries to question her about her father's whereabouts. But at night, when everybody's asleep, is when Elisa takes it upon herself to sneak out of her cage and try to find the second piece of the map among the boats. So you can see, like, Elisa's no damsel in distress. She knows exactly what she's gotten herself into. After a few times of Elisa trying to escape, because she's really not trying to get off the boat until she finds the map. So every time she gets caught by Ardell, she pretends that, oh my god, you caught me, like, how did I get caught? I so want off of this boat. Which he doesn't 100% buy, but whatever, he just plays along with it. After a few times of him catching her outside of her cage and escaping, he orders that she'll be staying in his quarters so that he can keep a closer eye on her. I love this in the story because this is where the one bed trope comes in, and you can so really see Ardell's feelings for Elisa developing, and he's really conflicted between the loyalty he has to his brother and the feelings he's developing for this girl. We also learn in this story that Elisa's mother was a siren. So Elisa has siren abilities. The first time she uses it on him is to put him to sleep so she can continue looking for the map, because the timeline her father had given her is coming up fairly quickly, and she has not been successful in acquiring the map. One of the things that she is able to do is kind of like mind control men to do what she wants them to do. She can, if she has enough energy, and energy meaning like if she's close enough to the ocean where she can refill her energy, she is able to also make them forget that they were under her control. So she does this the first time with Raiden, and Raiden's a little confused, but again, he doesn't remember, so he lets it slide. Then she does it again to try to seduce his brother so that she can search him for the map. And in that instance, she actually takes on her siren form and becomes whatever that male is attracted to. So she becomes that to get closer to them and kind of manipulate them into doing what she wants them to do. And then she also has her singing ability, which is another like mind control, where she could do whatever she wants them to do. So with all those three things, she finally is successful in finding the map. So after she is successful in retrieving that piece of the map, the Captain Drakken and his brother Raiden capture her and imprison her again. And this time they admit that they knew that she was on the ship looking for the map, and they were hoping that she would be successful in finding the map, since they have been unsuccessful in finding their own father's map. At this part of the story, Drakken sends Elisa to his quarters where he's going to take advantage of her, and at this point Raiden tries to intervene, but again he's conflicted with the loyalty he has to his brother, so he just tells Elisa, like, I know you have a dagger on you, I've never taken it away from you, just in case you need it for moments like this. Please don't kill my brother, but just defend yourself if you need to. Which I think is the sweetest thing, because even though he was ordered by his brother to keep her captive and get information out of her, he still kept his feelings for her and made sure that she was able to look out for herself. And there's just a quote in this book that I really wanted to read to like show you how like Elisa saw Raiden. Like, he was a really good pirate but loyal to the wrong causes and person. She's like, you long for happiness, Raiden, but you don't have the courage to go find it. You are strong and courageous in many ways, but when it comes to taking care of yourself, you're weak. So like I said before, Elisa gets sent to Drakken's quarters, and there she ends up disarming him and knocking him out, but she doesn't kill him, even though she feels like he definitely deserves to die, and she should. And she doesn't understand why she doesn't kill him, but we can all obviously like tell it's because of her feelings for Raiden that she hasn't acknowledged yet. And then a second later she gets knocked in the back of the head, and then she comes to in a little while, and when she comes to, she finds herself in a cage, and in this cage she sees that she's surrounded by 4 pirates. One that she's seen before on Drakken's ship, who she thought was working under her father, because he had made the signal that the pirates usually that work under her father make to show their loyalty, and 3 other pirates. One of those pirates claiming to be Verdun, which is the 3rd pirate with the 3rd piece of the map that's missing that her father is looking for. So now stuck in this cage with no weapons, all her energy, siren energy drained because she used it on the pirates on the ship in the night fair. So now she's actually afraid because she has no way to protect herself. That's when they bring out that they have Raiden in their possession, and they will kill him if she does not comply with them. Both her and Raiden are like, why do you think I care about him? And he's like, why do you think she cares about me? Like, you can kill me, she won't give a shit. But when they start to harm him, she yells stop, she'll comply, like it's fine, she'll work with them, whatever. So what they do is a series of tests to see how far her siren abilities go. The first day they gather a lot of information, how she can manipulate men, how she can sing, how she can alter people's reality, so she can have them see a whole different beautiful flowery world, or she can instill fear and have them maybe imagine that they're jumping off a cliff and they hit a ground. Like, she can shift their realities. So then they leave her for the day, and they come back the next day, and with Raiden in tow again. Every time they have her kind of like start her abilities, they only give her a tiny amount of seawater to have her do her abilities for them, and then it will waste as soon as she's done. So while they're distracted, Raiden actually lunges forward to the bucket of salt water that they have, and they shoot him. And they are successful. They shoot him in the leg. But that doesn't stop him there. Then he puts his head into the bucket of salt water, and they shoot him a second time. So now he's shot twice. And Alisa is like, "What are you doing? Stop it. You're so stupid." Where he's able to lift his head and spit a certain amount of water towards her, because right now they're not wearing wax in their ear. And if their ears are covered, then her abilities won't work, because then they can't hear her. So he spits salt water at her, and she's able to now get these pirates in her control. So she commands them to open her gate. They do. Theorist, which is the pirate who she thought worked under her father, he was able to run away to the ship, but the other three, even Verdun, died, and she was able, she thought she was going to get the map off of him, but she didn't find the map on him. So Raiden's goal at that point was just to get off the island, because they had nothing to help fight with. So with Raiden being injured, she needed to swim both of them back to his boat. Well, she describes her siren form. Every time she goes into the ocean water, her siren form takes over, which she doesn't love, because she feels like she loses control. Her siren is all about survival and looking out for itself, and doesn't care about anybody else around. She takes the chance and jumps into the seawater and swims her and Raiden to their boat. On the way there, she kind of forgets that she has Raiden on her back, so he's kind of drowning on her back, and he is doing everything in his power to kind of get her attention and remind her, like, "Hey, I'm here, I'm relying on you to look out for me." To get her attention, he kisses her and kind of brings her back to her human self, and it's like, "Oh shit, this is Raiden, I have to get him to safety, like I can't think about myself right now." She successfully gets him back to his boat, where now her crew and her father's crew have come and rescued her, and have now taken the night fair boat away from Drakken and Raiden. Her father was going to kill the crew, but she begged for him to let them live. And now the book ends with her making a copy of the maps that she has from her father, but also giving her dad the second piece, and now they're off to go find the third piece of the map. Okay, so when she is talking to her father about her adventures on gaining the second part of the map, she does tell him that she ran into the pirate Verdun, who has the third part of the map. And her dad was like, "Okay, describe him to me." And she was like, "Oh, he was this big muscular pirate." And he's like, "That's not him. He's a skinny, average looking guy who flips a coin." Then she puts two and two together and realized that the guy, Therese, who she thought was her father's spy working with him, was actually the real Verdun impersonating somebody else. Now they know who really has the third map. And the first book ends with them going to chase down the last and final piece of the map. The second book, Daughter of the Siren Queen, starts off with them finding Verdun and where him and his men are. They're actually on land at some inn. And now one thing that I do love about these books, which I think I said in the beginning, but I'll say again, is it's a lot of action, and it's not too much. It's just like the perfect amount, like something's always happening. So I really enjoy that. They fight Verdun and his men, and they get the map, and they get Verdun as well. So after they successfully get the map from Verdun, they head back to her father's keep. And on the way back, Elisa has made Raiden one of her crew members, so that he can pay for the upkeep of him and his brother. He wants to keep his brother alive, so she's like, "You need to work." And she gets to keep her father, discusses the plans of getting to the island of Decanta now that he has all three parts of the map. And he discusses with all the other pirate captain ships, because they will all be helping him navigate to the island. While she's at the keep, Elisa is having doubts about who her father really is and how honest he has been with her, because when she had captured Verdun, he had stated, "Why do you think your father is immune to your siren abilities and he's able to control you. And she's like, my dad would never manipulate me. That's my dad. He raised me. Even though she had grown up in a really tough lifestyle with him because he had to train her to be a very tough warrior. That came with a lot of abuse. She still loved her father and did not want to doubt that he was capable of any of these things that Verdun was telling her that he is capable of. So Verdun claims that her father has this special item. He doesn't know what it is. Just one of his spies had reported back that he has this item that has him immune to siren abilities, so they can never ever control him. And she's like, I don't believe you. And he's like, then go check it out for yourself. So while she's at the keep, she decides to break into her father's office, which she has never done before. So with the help of Raiden and 2 other of her crewmates, she ends up breaking into her father's office, and there she finds her mother, which her father had told her that her mother had left her and wanted absolutely nothing to do with her after she was born. So she had always believed this, but after finding her mother's like, no, like, I always wanted you. I always wanted to make sure you were safe, and I always wanted to be around, and of course I wanted you. So now the plans have changed. She's not going to help her dad go to Island of Decanta because he's been lying to her all along and she doesn't trust him. In the spur of the moment, she decides to break her mother out with the help of Raiden. When they all get back to the ship, they have to go because she obviously is now going to be hunted by her father for taking her mother, which he never wanted her to know that she had her mother there locked up. So when her mom gets to the ship, her mother decides to jump off the ship and go back into the ocean and swim away. So now Elisa's super hurt. She's like, what the hell? Like, I just got on my dad's shit list. Now I'm running from him and my mom abandoned me again. Like, did she manipulate me? Did she lie to me? Like, what happened here? So now that she had traced the 3 parts of the map before she was given it to her dad, she's like, I need to save my ass. I need to go to this island, get this treasure so that I can pay off his pirates so that they don't work for him, they'll work for me, and they will help me kill my father. Now, I know I gave away a lot of spoilers, but this is still an amazing duology that I recommend everybody read. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and thank you so much for watching. This is the finished, completed look. And until next time, thank you.